if the most important thing we can do is love God, then we must understand that we love because he first loved us, and we must immerse ourselves in a richer and richer understanding of his great love for us. As John wrote this passage, he said, look at how great God's love is for us, that he calls us his children. One of my closest friends here at Wheaton College is Mark Lewis. He's a theater professor. And Mark told me a story last October. It was around the time that he was directing the fall play. He said when he was young, he was the 8th child in a family of 9 children. He always felt like he was off the radar screen. When he was about 6 years old, he wanted to somehow communicate to his parents how much he loved them. They had a staircase going up the back of their house, and there was a huge white wall along that staircase. And so one day when one of his older siblings was supposed to be watching him, he decided he would communicate his love to his parents by drawing a huge mural all the way up that wall. He got out his felt marking pens, he got out his paints, he got out all of his crayons, and he spent the whole day working on that mural. And all the while he was working on it, he kept saying, when my parents see this, they're going to know I love them. They're going to see how much I care for them. They're going to bring in their friends and say, look how much Mark loves us. Look what he did for us. And he's imagining this in his 6-year-old mind. His parents did come home. They misunderstood. He was spanked. He was dismissed. He says, it wasn't that I was disciplined that got to me. It was that they didn't see what I was trying to do. He said during the directing of that play, he would be at school all day, teaching classes, meeting with students, grading papers, so on. He'd come home for a brief break for dinner and then come back for long rehearsals that went way into the night, often past midnight. He came home one afternoon and he was sitting in a side room off of their kitchen and dining room area. And he saw his 6-year-old daughter, Ruby, standing at the sink, putting water in a basin and just splashing water all over the kitchen floor. And Mark's thinking, I need rest. This isn't what I need to do, is clean up all this stuff. He gets up and he goes and he says to Ruby, Ruby, honey, Ruby, what are you doing? And Ruby bursts into tears. And at that moment, Mary said, Mark, she was fixing a basin of water because she knew you were tired and she wanted to wash your feet. And Mark says, oh, Ruby, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And so he helped her finish filling the basin with water. She washed his feet. He said it was the coldest water he ever put his feet in his life. He said, you know, my parents didn't get it right. I got it half right. Maybe one day Ruby will get it all right. But I want you to know there is one parent, one father who always gets it right. And he loves you. He knows you. There is no motive of yours that is hidden from his sight. He understands every good intention. He also understands every bad intention. And it does not in any way deflect his love from you. You see how great a love the Father has bestowed upon you, that you should be called children of God? He knows you, and he loves you.